I remember seeing an American review of the Ford Ranger when it was first released in the US. The reviewer said that the Ranger looked like a car. One of the broadest looking pickups that you can buy here in the Philippines looks like a car through the eyes of an American reviewer. And looking at the F150, it becomes clear why. It is massive, it's boxy, it's all straight lines, and it doesn't have curves at all. And did I say that it's massive? It is huge. It makes the Ranger look inadequate, and it makes it look kind of like a car. The F150 took a long break here in the Philippines. We had F150s back in the late 90s. I think they were pretty popular back then. But when fuel prices started going up, Ford stopped selling them here. Perhaps because Ford saw how popular the Ranger Raptor was, they're now reintroducing the F150 in the local market. They're selling the F150 for $2.6 million for this Lariat variant, and almost $3 million for the top-of-the-line premium. Pretty expensive, but if you're looking for a luxury pickup, this might actually be your only option. The Ford F150 is the pickup version of the Expedition. They share the same chassis, and their interiors look pretty similar, at least from the second row forward. The design is very American. Unlike pickups designed for the Asia Pacific region, which look pretty curvy, the F150 is very boxy looking. Its face looks very broad and flat. It probably has the aerodynamics of the broadside of a barn, but if you were after aerodynamics, fuel efficiency, and such, you'd probably be looking elsewhere anyway. Fuel efficiency is for cars, or for trucks that look like cars, not for manly trucks like this. It has these gargantuan C-shaped headlights with LED daytime running lights. Check out how big these headlights are compared to the 20-inch wheels. On the Lariat version, the grille is body colored. On the Platinum, it is chrome. It has this chin or this apron on the bumper, which reduces the approach angle quite significantly, but it's actually flexible, so it's not likely to break even if you hit something. Unlike the Platinum variant, the Lariat has fixed step boards, which I think I actually prefer. I feel like if I see a pickup with no visible step boards, there's something missing. It has 21-inch alloy wheels, which actually look pretty small for the vehicle. It's so massive that it makes 20-inch wheels look tiny. And you get 275, 55, R20 tires. Like on the Ford Expedition, you have these buttons over here. Now, if you happen to lose your key, or if you happen to leave your key inside the car, you can just input your PIN code to open the doors. To open the tailgate, just press this button over here. And now to close it, you have to use a bit more force. Okay, so this is the interior of the Ford F150 Lariat. I like the exterior of the car. Everything here looks chunky, everything looks boxy, and everything looks massive. You really do feel like you're driving a truck. Now, unlike most cars nowadays, you get a lot of buttons here on the center console. It looks pretty busy, but I don't think that's a bad thing. You have this huge steering wheel, which is leather covered, and it does feel like real leather. And then you have buttons here for your cruise control, for your infotainment. Everything here looks massive. The gauges look massive. The steering wheel looks massive. And this armrest over here look at the size of this. You can fit a laptop in here and probably your dog. So you have this, I'm guessing it's a 7-inch screen. It looks pretty small for the size of the car. I'm guessing you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You have dual zone climate control. The shift knob also feels pretty substantial. The air vents are pretty massive. You have 4 here at the front. Over here you have some coin holders. And over here you have one 12-volt outlet and one AC outlet. Over here you have 2 cup holders. You have 2 USB ports over here. To give you an idea of how wide this is, I can't reach the other door from here. The headroom is very good. I have about this much headroom. I'm guessing that's about 4.5 to 5 inches. In terms of materials, this is leather, this is leather, this is plastic. Soft touch, this is leather and it's very nicely padded. So you open the door like this, which I don't think is the most ergonomic design out there, since you have to twist your wrist at a weird angle. But it's not so bad. The seats are also leather covered and they're power adjustable. Visibility is very good. Side mirrors are huge, and you have this contour over here which gives you even more visibility. So I'm here at the back seat now, and legroom I would say is more than adequate. I can recline here and I'd still have plenty of knee room. Headroom is also very good. I have about this much headroom. I'm guessing that's about 4.5 inches as well. Over here you have 2 USB ports and 1 AC outlet, and you have 1 12-volt outlet over here. The seats are heated. You have a center armrest with 2 cup holders. You can actually raise these seats if you need more space here, and I think it's wide enough that you can actually sleep in here. Features. The Lariat may be the base model here in the Philippines, but it is pretty loaded with features. It has a 10-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system with a subwoofer. It has Sync 3, and like I said before, it has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It has a 360 camera, which is almost a necessity for a truck of this size. It has heated seats. Now, you may think that you don't need heated seats here in the Philippines, but it has 2% memory settings, and it can store the steering wheel, the seat, the side mirror, and the pedal settings. It also has plenty of safety features. It has 7 airbags. It has blind spot detection. It has lane departure warning. It also has motion sensors inside the vehicle, which will warn you if you, let's say, left your dog in your armrest compartment. It's probably not a good idea to put your dog there, by the way. If you step up to the top spec variant, you get massaging chairs and a panoramic sunroof. The Ford F150 is powered by Ford's 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6. For the uninitiated, it's a turbocharged engine, and it drinks, or rather chugs, gasoline and not diesel. It produces 375 horsepower and 637 Newton meters of torque. That's more than twice as much horsepower as the Montero 2.4. The engine is coupled to a 10-speed automatic. The F150 sits on a ladder frame chassis that's made out of high-strength steel. It has independent double wishbone suspension at the front and a rigid axle leaf spring suspension setup at the back. In spite of its epic dimensions, the F150 is actually lighter than the previous model, thanks to its mostly aluminum construction. 5 to 11 kpl is actually pretty impressive given its size and its engine displacement. Compared to the Ranger, the F150 is 21 inches longer. It is 6.5 inches wider and 4 inches taller. It is about 6 feet 4 inches tall, and the length of the bed is about 5 feet 6 inches. The towing capacity of the F150 is almost double of the Ranger by turbo. It can tow 6,000 kilograms or 13,200 pounds. The payload capacity of the F-150 is about 25% higher at 1,400 kilograms. The F-150 is pretty low slung compared to the Ranger. Its ground clearance is only 216 millimeters compared to the Ranger's 232 millimeters and the Ranger Raptor's 285 millimeters. It's crazy to think that even with the F-150's extreme dimensions, it is far from the biggest truck that Ford offers in the US. They have the F-250, the F-350, the F-450, the F-550, and then there's the F-650. Usually I do comparisons in my videos, but the F-150 doesn't really have direct competitors here. In the Philippines, unless you opt for the gray market, you can't buy full-size trucks like the Toyota Tundra, the Chevrolet Silverado, or the Dodge Ram 1500. The closest in terms of pricing and exclusivity would be the Ranger Raptor. But the Ranger Raptor is designed more for off-road use and not for carrying heavy loads. At 2.6 million, it is 600,000 pesos more expensive than the Ranger Raptor and about 400,000 pesos more expensive than the top-of-the-line Everest. So it is expensive, but not luxury car expensive. The Platinum, though, at almost 3 million is approaching luxury car territory already. If you're an engineer or a contractor and you need a utility vehicle that can carry or tow heavy loads, but something that you can also use as a Parma vehicle when you're out on a date, the F-150 might be the perfect truck for you. You do sacrifice a bit on fuel efficiency, but it is the most powerful, the most spacious, and the most premium pickup that you can buy right now, at least here in the Philippines. Unfortunately, they didn't have a test drive unit, but I'll do a part 2 of this review once I get to test drive the F-150. Thanks to Collin of Ford Balintawak. If you're interested in buying the F-150, check out the description below.